The US may be in trouble because it is cold to the new Chinese foreign minister. The administration of US President Joe Biden is said to have been indifferent to Chinese Ambassador Qin Gang for most of his 500-day term in Washington, D.C. But that all changed last week, when Chinese President Xi Jinping appointed Qin as foreign minister, adding to Washington's headache. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is about to visit China, at a time when US-China relations continue to be tense over trade, Taiwan, and technology issues. I think there may be people in the administration who feel frustrated that they are not giving Ambassador Qin the necessary courtesy, Craig Allen, chairman of the US-China Business Council, told Politico. Mr. Qin has not had all the meetings with senior U.S. administration officials as he has suggested in the past 17 months, although the administration of President Joe Biden has eased access restrictions on him ahead of the controversial visit. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, China, in August. However, Mr. Qin returned to Beijing this week to lead the State Department after failed attempts to connect with the authorities. Biden. The promotion of Mr. Qin proves that he is trusted by the leadership, after being elected to the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. Mr. Qin replaced Mr. Wang Yi to become the next foreign minister. Several months after arriving in Washington, D.C. In July 2021, Mr. Qin had only met a few U.S. officials, Politico quoted information from two people familiar with the situation said. Mr. Qin repeatedly proposed to meet with higher officials of the U.S. government, but was not met. The White House denied this information. Senior White House officials, along with senior administration officials, have been in regular contact with Ambassador Qin since his arrival in Washington, spokeswoman Adrienne Watson said in a statement. The statement named 8 senior officials, including Secretary of State Blinken, Indo-Pacific Coordinator Kurt Campbell and U.S. Trade Representative Katherine Tai, as officials who met with Mr. He as an ambassador. The Chinese embassy did not respond to a request for comment on Mr. Qin's contacts with U.S. officials during his tenure as ambassador. Mr. Qin handled the high-level restriction by taking advantage of low-level contacts with foreign ambassadors and state and local officials. He even met the Washington Wizards basketball team. Those experiences will benefit him as Secretary of State. Mr. Qin's broad experience in the U.S. beyond the Beltway will benefit him as he shapes U.S. policy, said Ryan Hass, former director of the China and Mongolia Division at the U.S. National Security Council. Evaluate. While he may have been cooled off in Washington, his farewell message did not. He expressed sincere appreciation for the great support and assistance from all departments and the American people in a tweet posted earlier this week. The test of Mr. Tan's sincerity will be how he receives the incoming U.S. Secretary of State Blinken. If the new Secretary of State still concedes about being mistreated in Washington, Mr. Blinken could face a diplomatic wall in Beijing. Blinken has yet to announce a schedule for his visit, but he will need Qin's support to tackle many issues, such as anti-drug cooperation and China's growing nuclear arsenal. Mr. Qin has sent a signal that cooperation in those areas is possible. In a tweet posted on January 1, Mr. Qin thanked Mr. Blinken for his constructive meetings and said he looked forward to continued close relations with Mr. Blinken.